Hi everyone. As you'll probably be aware, there's been a terror attack up in Crumpsall. I'm just walking up Crumpsall Lane now. Going to take a look, hopefully speak to a few people. Just claiming it's a terror attack. Some guys drove towards, injured 4 people, and I believe he's been shot dead at the scene by armed police. I think the government might have a lot to answer for on this, but we'll see who's responsible. Either way, letting the left parade around like they are, spreading hate and anti-Semitic views, probably isn't helping. But at this moment in time, we don't know who's responsible. But I'm just walking up towards there now, and I'll see what footage I get. Yeah. So here we are now. You'll probably hear the helicopter above me. This is just a side street that's closed off near Holland Road. You see the police have closed this side street here. Whether or not you're allowed to go around, I'm not sure. I'm going to take a look in a minute. It's quiet down there. Obviously the fire engine you can see down there. Obviously these are not letting anybody through at the moment. It got me thinking on the way here actually, a quiet community like this suffers really at the hands of extremists. It doesn't matter if it is actually someone on the left. I know they say, oh, don't start speculating, but is it someone off the extreme left that we've allowed to parade through the streets spreading hatred for how long now in the streets of Manchester, Piccadilly, every weekend, every Saturday? Or is it an Islamist with hatred for the Jews? But regardless of the geopolitics of it, why should a community like this pay for that? They're quiet, they don't bother anybody. They're probably the quietest community that we have here. There's a dog there as well, look at that. He's having a good film around. Makes you wonder if they're looking for something still. Especially with that dog. But yeah, it's just terrible, isn't it? To actually that would come to this point where someone's driving at people in a vehicle, stabbing people, you know. And I think it's the top that are answerable for it, the government, and this is the worst government we've ever had, and it takes absolutely no responsibility for anything. You know, we've got migrants in hotels, we're bringing people in from different cultures. That's just my opinion. It's not racist. There's people from many different cultures that are at wars with each other, or have been at wars historically with each other, and now we put them all in hotels and they're close by to each other, you know, and then they already have a hatred or an anti-Semitic view of the Jewish community, and meanwhile we're letting lefty loons quite literally parade through with Palestine flags and hatred for the Jews and propaganda, and then wonder how we end up in these positions. It's really sad times, it's really bad times. But I'm going to make a move now so we can get a bit around there, a little bit closer, yeah? Speak to you in a minute. Just walked up another side street here. It's taped off at the top. But I think they'll filter this through to us so it's more digestible, the motive. But it doesn't change the actual issue, does it? But I suppose it depends which way you stand on it. But there's obviously a heavy, heavy police presence. Photographer down the corner. You will hear the helicopter above me. I haven't seen it for a bit. There it is, just up there. With the police tagging the helicopter up, it does make you wonder what they could be still looking for. Because I've heard some reports that it's not fully contained yet. Palestine flag there in the window. See down there. Extremely busy. The road is even actually taped off on Middleton Road up at the top end there at the crossroads. Let's see. See if I can get around the other side. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm not like trying to over speculate or anything. It's a bit like when the Charlie Kirk thing happened and then everyone was online saying, you can't speculate yet. How do you know it was someone from the left? But sometimes it's just quite obvious, isn't it? There's a hell of a lot of disdain and hatred for the Jewish community. And it basically comes from two places, the far left and radical Islamists. So lady doing an interview there. This is just another side street here. There's people out. Looking a bit cold actually, I don't know why. Absolutely every street is blocked off. So the helicopter's still up there. Makes you wonder what it is actually looking for. Because I suppose they can never know if they have actually contained everybody involved. It'd be really hard to know, wouldn't it? If someone's still out there planning the second wave. But I do think this will cause a lot of problems. This, especially now. I mean, the country's had enough of this shit to start with, hasn't it? But I do think that you're going to find a lot of protests and stuff, but then that brings on the left as well. You should take some responsibility, because they spread enough hatred, don't they? And that's what I was trying to say earlier. I came up on the 156 bus and speaking to a lady, and she said, I've not been to Manchester at weekend, she said, for over a year. She said, I used to love it, and she's been there all her life doing that. She said because of the protest, she said it scares them, she said it's disgusting. She said the things that they do, the posters they hold up, the way they hold up Market Street and places where she's trying to get to and from. You've got to understand it. You know, you're disrupting people's lives. But meanwhile, you're spreading hate. And this is what it leads to ultimately. Because I don't think anyone's going to buy into any bullshit that this is to do with mental health. It won't get brushed under the carpet. They'll give it us in tidbits so that we digest it nice and easily about what's happened and then sweep it under the rug again. And I don't think people are going to do it this time. I really thought the Manchester bombings at the arena were going to be a catalyst for something like that, and they never were really. But I do know that we live in a world now where this sort of shit can't continue. Ultimately, there's too much hatred, too much divide, there's too much going on in the world, and it's getting very close to home. Anyway, I'm just going to go around the corner now, see if I can see anything from that angle. A lot of firemen here as well. My partner, a lady that she knows who she works with, her fella's up here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure what he does, but I know he's locked down wherever he is, in his offices or workplace, whatever it is he does. That can't be good, can it? So there must be people actually stuck within this. But but that's the actual security for the Jewish community, isn't it, with the yellow hats. They patrol the area. I think they were on the scene quite quick. The armed police were definitely on the scene quick, from what I've seen in the news. That didn't take them long at all. I think they were rang at 9:31 and I think they shot the guy by 9:38. Good riddance, you know what I mean? But yeah. Sad times again in Manchester. We always get the brunt of the shit, don't we? Yeah, so not much more I can do there now. Helicopters above me still. Not much more I can say or see. There's a lot of people look quite upset. I wouldn't really approach them. Sat outside their houses, people can't get to their houses. It's in disarray. Just speaking to a guy, I didn't know he was here. He lives down in Broughton, but he was coming through. And he said when the police helicopter arrived, there was 2 helicopters as well came. He thinks they were army, because he'd never seen helicopters like them, he said. So I don't know if they were like bomb squad or what have you, or something to do with that. But it's really serious. I've never seen this many police, but the whole community's shut down now. And I think it's, like I was saying earlier, it's unfair, innit? I did a TikTok live as well. While I was at the police tape. I might be able to upload that onto YouTube as well. But when I actually did that, lots of people, you know, a lot of support for the Jewish community and stuff. English people, British people, etc. But hell of a lot of Palestine free, Palestine free, Palestine fucking, you know what I mean? Even after something like that, they're still spewing hate. So nothing's going to change, is it? It's going to get worse. I ain't got the solutions. The government certainly ain't got any fucking solutions. They seem to make everything worse. But yeah, I just thought I should come up and you know, have a look. So, well, shortish video, but I may come up again tomorrow once details start to come out and people understand what's actually happened. I might come up and then start speaking to the locals tomorrow. It didn't feel like the right time today. Even the mainstream media were struggling a little bit there to ask people. So yeah, anyway, cheers for watching. See you soon.